Hey everyone, welcome back to ShoeU. I'm your host Alex, and we are continuing our 2020 basketball tournament, figuring out what is the best shoe that I have and that is extensively available for everyone out there. If you guys remember last episode, we set up our first quarterfinal matchup, which is going to be between the Kobe 4 Protros and the Kyrie Low 2s. On today's episode, we are going to Adidas and talking about Damian Lillard. It's Dame time. See that? Dame time. So, it's between the Dame 6 and the Dame 5. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So, first things first, traction, guys. Visually speaking, two very similar patterns. I mean, it's funny how striking the similarities are between the two. I mean, you got the Adidas logo in the same spot. The Dame 5s have a very flat pattern. Dame 6s, you have these little ridge right here. That's about it. These guys really tend to collect a lot of dust is what I have noticed on my playthrough. Whereas these guys, it's pretty good. However, I did slip a couple times in my Dame 5s, which is a little concerning to say the least. I would have to say the traction edge would go to the Dame 6s. Now, I know some people that have played in these guys have had issues with traction. That was not my experience whatsoever. These guys have been great on dusty courts, fantastic surfaces. It's been a really consistent performer, and the traction is really good on these guys, so the edge to the Dame 6s. So as far as the materials go for the two shoes, you have Light Strike on the Dame 6s the first time. That was incorporated into Damian Lillard's shoe. Then on the Dame 5s you had Bounce, I believe. I don't think it was Boost, it was Bounce. Either way, I believe firmly that what is used in the Dame 6s trumps what was in the Dame 5s. Look, the Dame 5s, I know I'm saying a lot of great stuff about the 6s, but the 5s also were rock solid, good performers. I just feel like the makeup and the setup of the 6s fixes what the 5s didn't do as good as I wish they would have. From a pure performance standpoint, I believe the 6s were just way better, and in general the materials that make up the 6 are a little bit better than the 5s. Now, both of these shoes by no means have, high-end, high-class materials like you might see on the next levels or the hardened 4s. Hence the price point, which I'm going to get to in a minute. But as far as the materials go, I have to give the edge to the Dame 6s. I just like the way the Light Strike feels. And the setup for the shoe itself, it's really good. Again, there I'm going with a low top. So the third and final category, price point, I'm going to split the vote. So, as you know, the Dames, they swept the first two categories. I'm going to give them half a point between that one and the 5s. They're both priced the same, and they're on the lower price scale of things at $110. You compare that with the Kyrie 6s that are $130, the Kobe 4 Protros, which retails for $175 to $180. I think the Dame 6s can definitely hold their own against those guys. The Dame 5s, I think, are nice in their own, right, but the profile of the Dame 6s, I think, is just a little bit more unique, and the shoe itself performs just a little bit better than the Dame 5s did. I think for what you pay, again, it's among one of the more reasonable options, and I think that's going to be a very big selling point when you look at the Dame 6s in comparison to the 5s, just because you're getting a good-looking shoe. And again, the 5s, for me, they were good, but just not great. The Dame 6s were just great in all aspects. So for the price, and with the addition of Light Strike, Dame 6s are great. But on the flip side, the Dame 5s, you had really, a good setup. And $110, I'm not going to knock them, so I'm going to split the vote between the 6s and the 5s. So, in conclusion, the Dame 6s are the winners. It was probably the most lopsided result that we've had so far. Again, I think these are both really good shoes. I mean, the Dame 5s didn't win, but I still firmly like them. But again, I just feel like the 6s were just a little bit better. Here I'm going with another low top. I guess you guys know where to go for me. If you give me a low top, I'll probably like it a lot. So we'll see what happens, though, as we review more and more shoes in this tournament and continue these battles. It's going to get really competitive as we go on, but we still got a lot of stuff left to review. Let me know in the comments section below, do you agree about the Dame 6s or do you like the 5s better? Until next time, guys, have a good one. I will summarize and give you guys an updated bracket now. So here is the update, guys. As you can see, the Dame 5 took a tough loss, and the Sixes are moving on to face the winner of the LeBron 16 and the LeBron 17s, which are coming up next. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun so far, and the competition is only going to get even more intense. See you guys next time.